Hello. X. Chapter 3 Nobody's Worth It. John glanced at her for a moment. Then he left, leaving her alone with a frozen smile on her face. He is petty, alright. Can't even take a little hit. Sophia went back to her place that John gave her, which she had been staying for the past few days. The design was exquisite, but it wasn't lively. After coming back, Sophia kept all the food in the fridge. Then she went back to her room. As she lay on her bed, Sophia took out the divorce certificate. When they went to take their wedding certificate, none of them smiled, and both had a long face. Today, she smiled brightly in her divorce papers photo. However, unbeknownst to anyone, she was happy when they were married, and that was only rivaled by her reluctance to be divorced. She covered her face with the divorce papers and hid her tearful self away, as if that could cover her sadness up. Just like that, she lay in her bed until the afternoon. She then texted Zach, asking him if he was busy, and then he called her. "Did you two really get divorced?" he asked. Sophia looked at the crimson paper. "Yeah, we did. It is still warm to the touch." "The paper. Do you need a photo?" "No need for that." Zach sighed. "I've never seen you guys fight. So why did this happen?" Sophia smiled. "I didn't propose this. You should ask your boss." "I ain't that brave," Zach quickly said. John had always been aloof. So even though Zach had worked for him for years, he was still scared of his boss. On the other hand, even though Sophia was his wife and on the same level as John, Zach could gossip with her and even tease her at times. Not only was Zach not afraid of her, but he would throw the occasional witty remarks at her as well. Sophia sighed. "I called you because I have something to say. John told me to call you whenever I needed help." Zach was fine with this. "Sure. Tell me if you need anything. I want to go on a trip. So can you pick a spot for me? And book the flight tickets as well as the hotel as soon as possible. The duration? Yeah. I don't care about that. Right now, I have nothing but time and money. John gave me loads of money just so he can get divorced." Zach paused before asking. "Anywhere is fine." "No. Make sure it is pretty and filled with hunks. You can't be thinking of throwing me into the wilds," she grumbled. Zach laughed. "Sure. I'll take a look and make the arrangements." Sophia wasn't in a good mood, so she hung up after finishing her business. After spacing out for a moment, she went outside. She would have eaten if she could, but lunch filled her up and then some. Ever the happy girl, Sophia stood in the living room, trying to come up with an idea of how people let loose after a divorce. But her mindstorm didn't give her anything. Sophia had no relatives or friends, so she had nobody to pour her heart out to. Left with no choice, she Googled it, and it showed her tons of answers. Sophia clicked into the first link and thought the advice of getting drunk sounded fine. At least it was better than going for one-night stands. Even though the divorce saddened her, she wasn't going to fall this hard. Nobody is worth that. Welcome to download Flipread app to read more chapters of Hello, X novel online.